Minister Michelle O'Neill, what a great show, what a great reaction from the crowd, the importance of being here.
Fantastic, the weather's great, the sun's shining, everybody's smiling, so it's a good day for the agricultural industry. It gives an opportunity to showcase what we have here, which is absolutely second to none and fantastic. So it's great to see so many people here. The RUAS took a decision to come to this site. It's obviously paying off. You can see this is the second year, the numbers are growing, the people that are coming, it's just, it's really, really fantastic to see, so well done to them for that. So important, the agricultural industry is so important, it's the backbone of Irish society, so it's so important that we support it. And I think that's very clear today that my visit and other ministers here with Martin McGuinness, Martina Anderson our MEP, so it goes to show you that at every level of government, Sinn Féin are standing up for the agricultural industry. So I think that's fantastic to see, and it's good for the industry to see that we're all here today.
You had a couple of very important announcements this morning at the breakfast. Would you care to outline those for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the future of farming is in young people's hands, and we need to change the age profile of a farmer is of around 60 years of age, so that's something that we need to work together to try and challenge. And I think what I announced today was around supports for young people coming into the industry. So we want to financially support them to come in and find that there's an avenue here for them to explore. We want them to stay in farming, we want to encourage them to stay in farming, so my announcement today was around that. We actually announced extra money for those young farmers. Today obviously we have our MEP Martina Anderson, who has been fighting very strong for the agricultural community in Europe and will continue to do so post the European election. This has been a big time of change for agriculture. The Common Agriculture Policy has been the hot topic of debate in Europe. Martina, along with myself, along with Martin McGuinness, we've all worked Team Ireland right across the board to make sure that we have fight the corner for agriculture in Ireland. We recognise it as the backbone of our society. I think that's very evident in our support.
I think it's hugely important that Sinn Féin is represented here. We've held the Agricultural Ministry for years now, through Michelle Gildernew and now Michelle O'Neill. It's a very important industry. It's one that has experienced tremendous growth, even against the backdrop of a very cruel world recession in recent years. And the prospects for this agri-food industry in the future are incredible. So I think it's hugely important that we're here, that we're represented. But I suppose more important than anything else that we're listening to the views and concerns that have been expressed by farmers themselves.
Martina Anderson, a great reaction to the Team Sinn Féin at the Balmoral Show. What's the importance of being here?
Well, we've obviously been at the National Ploughing Championship and we have a tent there, and it's only right that we would also have a presence here at the Balmoral Show, and it gives farmers an opportunity to engage with us. When you consider here in the north that there are 27,000 active farmers, and the big conversation that's going on at the moment is around the single farm payment and cap reform, and we've been very clear that the 11,000 farmers that are not currently getting the kind of rate that they should be, that they're getting below the average single farm payment, that we need to bring fairness into this system, but we also recognise that there needs to be a transition period. So we're working very well and hard to try to get the kind of deal that's required. I was glad to hear Peter Robinson today talk about compromise, because it takes courage to compromise, and I hope when he's negotiating with our Minister Michelle O'Neill that he remembers what he said here this morning. It's also excellent today to see the agri-food business represented here, and many strands. You can see it no matter where you walk around, you can smell it, and that's the great thing about being in this site. And when you consider 15,000 jobs could be created by going for growth strategy that's being pushed by our Minister Michelle O'Neill. Now I know that she put that to the executive and put a paper to the executive. However, the DUP hasn't yet allowed it to be put on the agenda, or hasn't yet endorsed it to be put on the agenda. And what we are saying, based on what was said this morning, 15,000 farmers taking courage to compromise, surely that's a no-brainer. Just look around this Balmoral. So I'm standing up for small farmers, and I'm standing up for the agri-food industry who need the kind of funding that is required, and that's what I do in Europe, and that's what I will be doing here.